welcome to this explainer. Man, I am so thrilled to have you here today because we are going to completely tear down the illusions of the trading world and build up a realistic, absolutely no-nonsense roadmap to trading success. If you've ever felt totally overwhelmed staring at charts, or if you're just sick and tired of seeing red in your portfolio, you are in the exact right place. We're going to fundamentally transform how you view the markets. We're shifting that mindset from a gambler who's just hoping for a lucky strike to a highly calculated engineer building a true wealth-generating machine. But before we start building, we got to address a really hard truth. 90%. That is the massive, staggering percentage of traders who fail. They come in fired up, full of motivation, dreaming of making it big on Wall Street, and yet they end up losing their shirts. Why does this happen? Well, it's because they fall into the brutal psychological trap of revenge trading. They take a hit, they get angry, they try to win it back right that second, and boom, they dig a massive hole for themselves before their career has even truly gotten off the ground.
And honestly, it all boils down to this. Goals are totally useless without a plan. Look, everyone opening a brokerage account wants to make money, right? The athlete who wins gold at the Olympics had a goal to win, for sure. But guess what? So did the person in last place. Just wanting to be rich is not a strategy. To survive in the US markets, or frankly any global market out there, you need a structured step-by-step approach. You need a rock-solid process.
So let's dive right into our syllabus for today. First, the hard truth. Second, the market landscape. Third, the 4 trading quadrants. And finally, essential tools and next steps. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the hard truth. Look, we all know it's incredibly easy to just download some sleek mobile app, click a button, and boom, suddenly you're in a trade. But what happens when panic sets in? You double down, you abandon all logic, and you lose it all. To fix this, think about planning a flight from, say, JFK in New York all the way to Dubai. You can't just snap your fingers and magically appear at the Burj Khalifa. You pack your bags, head to the airport, board the plane, and then finally arrive. Success in trading requires that exact same rigorous step-by-step preparation. You literally cannot skip straight to the destination.
Actually, I want you to start thinking about trading like an engineering degree. Think about it. When you go to college for engineering, that entire first year is spent mastering the common basics. Math, physics, core concepts. Everyone takes the exact same classes. It's only later that you branch off into civil, electrical, or software engineering. Trading is identical. Every single trader has to learn the same chart basics, candlesticks, levels, liquidity, before they can even think about specializing in a specific asset class.
Moving right along to Section 2, choosing your trading market. So let's break down the modern market landscape into 4 distinct arenas. First up, we've got stocks. These are beginner-friendly and heavily regulated by bodies like the SEC. Think of trading classic US stocks on the NYSE. Next, if you're looking for something faster, you have the options market, trading calls and puts on major indices like the Nasdaq. Then you step into international waters with Forex and commodities. This is a massive global arena where you can trade gold or the euro against the US dollar. And finally, for those who want sky-high volatility and 24/7 action, there's crypto, your Bitcoin and Ethereum. Here's the secret, though. You absolutely don't need to master all of them on day one. Pick one and specialize. Now we're getting to the absolute core framework. Section 3, the 4 trading quadrants. Quadrant 1 is all about chart reading, otherwise known as technical analysis. Now listen to me carefully here. Fundamental analysis, like digging into a company's Q3 earnings report or reading some dense crypto white paper, is basically useless for daily trading. I mean, it's great for long-term investing, but for trading, you've got to dedicate your first few months purely to technical analysis. It is the absolute foundational study of how price actually moves on a chart. To put that into perspective, here is what that looks like in practice. These are the technical analysis essentials: order blocks, fair value gaps, support and resistance, smart money concepts, and liquidity levels. Now, if I'm just rapid-firing complex terminology at you right now, hey, that is perfectly okay. I'm just showing you this to highlight the depth of study required. This is that first year of your engineering degree. You simply have to master these concepts. So once you actually know how to read those charts, you enter Quadrant 2. I want you to think about this. If a gambler and a casino go head-to-head in Vegas, who wins? The casino, every single time. Why? Does the casino owner just cross his fingers and pray really hard? No way. The casino is driven entirely by math, super strict risk management, and a statistical edge. The gambler? They're driven by emotion and chasing losses. Quadrant 2 is all about mathematically managing your risk so that you become the casino, not the gambler. But math alone isn't going to cut it, which brings us to Quadrant 3, mindset and psychology. You could have the most brilliant technical analysis in the world, but if you panic the second a trade flashes red, you're doomed. This quadrant is all about managing that intense emotional roller coaster of fear, greed, and regret. It's about not cutting your massive profits early just out of fear, and not holding on to crushing losses just because you regret making a mistake. Which leads right into Quadrant 4. The most crucial point here is that the software executing these trades is your own brain. If your brain is scrambled, your trades are going to be scrambled. Life management is mandatory, plain and simple. That means bringing in meditation for a calm, focused mind. It means physical fitness and hitting the gym to burn off that market stress. It means reading positive literature. To be a top-tier, high-performance trader in the US markets, you literally have to treat yourself like a high-performance athlete. Finally, let's bring it all together. Section 4, Essential Tools and Next Steps. First things first, you need the right workspace. And the ultimate tool for this? TradingView. It is the gold standard charting platform trusted by 99.9% of global traders. Whether you are trading Apple stock, gold, or Bitcoin, this is your canvas. This is where 95% of your market study, drawing out those order blocks, and doing your technical analysis is actually going to take place. But wait, here is literally the most important rule before you go funding an account. Paper trading. What's that? It's using simulated demo money to practice your strategies without any real financial risk. I urge you, actually, I'm begging you, do not risk a single real US dollar until you have proven you can be profitable on a demo account. The market isn't going anywhere. Protect your capital and practice first. Now, I want to speak directly to those of you who've maybe been dabbling in the markets for a few months or even years. Let's be totally honest with ourselves for a second. Do you actually have a back-tested strategy with clear, unbreakable rules and a proven 60 to 65% win rate? Or are you just guessing, clicking buttons based on a gut feeling? Because if you don't have the hard data to back up your strategy, you aren't trading. You are just gambling. So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought today. Look at this entire roadmap we've just laid out. Which market are you going to choose to specialize in? And more importantly, are you genuinely ready to commit to the 90-day grind required to master those basics, dial in your math, and conquer your own psychology? Because if you are, the potential for success is absolutely limitless. Get your tools set up, start studying those charts, and I will see you in the markets.